Welcome to the fourth episode of the Off-Season Grind Show, and today there's a flurry of updates, a flurry of player signings and moves and things of that nature. So without further ado, let's fall on into it. Azeez Ojulari was signed to a one-year deal worth $4 million. I think that's a pretty exciting move. There's a lot of upside to it. 22 sacks, 37 quarterback hits in 46 games. Pretty explosive off the line and things of that nature. Did play for an absolute poverty franchise, so that could explain the injuries and things of that nature, them not knowing how to use them and things of that nature. So I'm not a know-it-all or however the case, but I mean, it did happen to Saquon Barkley, did happen to Zach Bond, and things of that nature, so. It doesn't happen all the time, but I mean, I believe it can happen with Azeez Ojulari. So, Patrick Johnson, he returns to Philly. Pretty excited about that. I just think, the last time he was with us, he just didn't get coached up correctly and things of that nature. But Fangio, Bobby King, and Clint Hurt will fix him. I, have faith in that, things of that nature. So, I definitely think Patrick Johnson and Ojulari definitely will make an impact. I think Azeez as a starter or however the case, and then as a rotational piece, Patrick Johnson or however the case, just as a decent little rotational piece. So Eagles also signed long snapper Charlie Hewlett. I think that probably means Rick Lovato's gone. I'm not an exact expert or however the case, but hopefully it's just competition or however the case, just to make it a little more exciting. By the way, may the best man win or however the case, but things of that nature. So UAB Chief of Staff, UAB Chief of Staff / Executive Director of Football Operations Cole Peterson was hired as assistant to Sirianni or however the case, assistant to the head coach Sirianni. Things of that nature. So definitely think that's exciting, from a schematic standpoint. Hopefully, he brings, something from a schematic standpoint. So, kick returner / punt returner Avery Williams signed a one-year deal. Hopefully, that means Cooper DeJean is done returning punts, reducing the risk of injury and things of that nature, and, not using corners to do it and just using him or however the case. He can just prepare to do it for 17 games and be fine. So, hopefully. And in case I forgot, Lane Johnson and the Eagles came to an agreement for a 2-year extension. He had reworked his contract to add $8 million over the next 2 years and an additional $30 million in guarantees. So that brings the grand total for the next 2 years, $48 million, but $40 million guaranteed over the next 2 years. So that rounds out to about $20 million a year. Absolutely worth it. Up there, like with Foles or however the case, hypothetically, give them, $50-60 million or however the case for what they did. I mean, he helped, bring 2 Super Bowls to Philadelphia, arguably, 2 of the 5 top hardest, Super Bowls ever to win. Whether if the Tom Brady Super Bowl is number 1 since it's a backup, and then this stopping a three-peat, is like number 3 or number 4, regardless how you want to rank it. The Eagles have 2 of the hardest Super Bowl wins of all time, so I think degree of difficulty does have something to do with it, and he has a big proponent of that. He's a big factor in that. Elite O-line talent and things of that nature, run block, pass blocking for over a decade, much respect, well deserved, things of that nature. So no problem with it at all. I wouldn't have had a problem giving him more. So, heck yeah, happy for Lane Johnson and whatnot. Hopefully, he can stick around for a few more years. Hopefully. But yeah. Quick little word from our sponsors. Are you looking for a chill and respectful Eagles community on Twitter or X or however the case? If so, I got just the one for you. FlySpace community is a perfect community for you if you're looking for a cool, chill community where you can communicate with other Eagles fans and things of that nature, and just Eagles fans, and vent and celebrate the ups and downs of the Eagles season, preseason, draft, postseason, etc. That and so much more, camaraderie and whatnot, and things of that nature. So, we hope to grow a community where we can all speak our mind in a respectable fashion, obviously, and celebrate and things of that nature. So, if that sounds like something you're interested in, I'll definitely drop that in a link in the description. Also, like the guys who originally started it or however the case, Tom Stakes and Joe Pez, definitely give them a follow on Twitter. Definitely give them some love. They keep you in the loop with all the new Eagles content and all that good stuff. Things of that nature. So yeah, there's also weekly little spaces and whatnot where we discuss all of like the latest topics and whatnot, trades and free agent signings and draft picks or however the case may be. So definitely, give it a try and whatnot if it sounds fun to you. So that being said, we're going to go ahead and get back into the video. In terms of departures, there was really only two recently, or however the case, not of all free agency, but just recently since the last video. Mekhi Becton, he signs a 2-year, $20 million deal with the Chargers. Well-deserved and whatnot. He did turn his year around and whatnot. Did fight a hard-fought battle for us. Played injured and whatnot. Threw up in training camp or however the case. Try to better himself and whatnot. So absolutely respect to him. You know what I'm saying? But I just wish he could have stayed and whatnot. Wish, we could have worked something out and things of that nature. So much respect to him and things of that nature. Much deserved for the money. So just wish we could have kept him. Paris Campbell, he goes to Dallas. Seems like the only place he has left to go after Dallas is the Washington Commanders. Then he would do a complete trip around the entire NFC East. Thought that was pretty cool. But other than that, I wish him the best and whatnot. I mean, I don't think it's going to hurt us that much or however the case. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, we're fine. So kind of just like to conclude the arrivals and departures and things of that nature. Eagles definitely, in my opinion, kind of want to add competition for the DB room pre-draft and whatnot. The signings of Josh Uche, Azeez Ojulari, or however you pronounce it, and Patrick Johnson gives me the feeling that Josh Huff might be moved on some sort of deal or some sort of cut or something, that he may not be a member of the Eagles next year. I'm not a know-it-all. That's just the feeling. I mean, that's three edges, two of them with decent upside and pretty high upside. So. Not guaranteeing anything or however the case, not an insider or however the case, but again, same thing with the tight ends. Both of the tight end signings, even though they're tomato cans, it's pre-draft. Calcaterra, as a pass catcher, he's at least a solid 2. He's at least a solid tight end 2, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. And again, this is all pre-draft before a single draft pick has been picked. Avery Williams, again, like I was saying earlier, that kind of gives me the feeling that they don't want DeJean returning punts anymore to protect him, reducing the risk of injury and things of that nature. Maybe Britton Covey might be gone too. Either that or, because I know they didn't in any way try to make him a restricted free agent or in any way tender him or however the case. So I'm pretty sure it'll be an unrestricted free agent. I wish the best for him and whatnot, but again, this is just kind of how I feel it's shaken out, or have a case at least as of now. Charlie Hewlett, he was signed. He's a long snapper. I'm pretty sure he was in Cleveland last year. Pretty solid upgrade from Rick Lovato, who I'm pretty sure is gone 90%. 90% sure he's gone, or however the case. Maybe 10% he stays, or it's some sort of entertaining battle or something. I don't know. But yeah, I don't like giving anything 100% until it actually happens. Cole Peterson, Sierra Ring's assistant. Is he a position guru? Is he a counselor? However the case, is he more so to help with off the field stuff or on the field? I don't know. But yeah, definitely exciting stuff to talk about there. But in my opinion, these 6 guys, in my opinion, have something to prove next year and whatnot, or got to step up a little bit, or however the case, or I just got to see something more from them and whatnot, because they're in line for bigger roles or have the opportunity to have bigger roles. Particularly Nolan Smith and Jordan Davis, both first-round draft picks and things of that nature. Nolan Smith, because he tore a tricep in the Super Bowl, had a wonderful postseason, had an explosive year, absolutely, you know what I'm saying, not taking nothing away from him. But I'd like to see some consistency with that, or however the case. Got to see a couple more sacks throughout the year. I don't think a 10-sack season from a first-round pick is too much to ask. And then in terms of Jordan Davis, he's shown flashes. He chased down Josh Allen. He makes plays versus the run. He's a run stopper, however the case. But he has to get a little better versus the pass. He has to step it up just a tiny bit. Just got to step it up a little bit. And then Moro Ojimo, I just got to see how he looks in a bigger role. He's developing and whatnot. He was coming along. He was definitely promising last year. He was explosive, had good instincts and whatnot. Just have to see how he does in a bigger role. Nothing but love and respect to him. And then in terms of Ringo and Ricks, I think they've shown flashes as well, but since they weren't picked as high or however the case, hopefully if they can just get better in general or however the case, that would be nice. But overall, because I do know, Darius Slay, he went to the Steelers or however the case, and then obviously Rodgers, he went to Minnesota and things of that nature. So definitely something to look out for there. Super exciting stuff to talk about or however the case. But that's just my opinion in terms of what I think, what I think all the moves mean or however the case. But yeah, like I said, much respect to Mekhi Becton and whatnot. But like I said, essentially having Stout U and things of that nature definitely, does help out and kind of puts a Band-Aid on it. It also shows my opinion that they believe Zach Bond. I know it's a little bit of an earlier video, but I was thinking about it. I was like, man, like that's a lot of money. He's worth it, absolutely. I was, one of the number one advocates to pay him or however the case. But that means that they believe in Bond that much, that they believe he's a core player and that he's a linebacker worth paying. Not just a discount bin or however the case like he was last year. They gave him Pro Bowl linebacker money. Heck yeah, well deserved. And again, Huff and Goddard are probably gone, is what it looks like, or however the case. And they don't want DeJean returning punts, or however the case, want to upgrade that position at an affordable cost. Just super, super exciting, or however the case, I just can't wait till the draft and things of that nature. And speaking of, after this episode, I definitely am going to make an episode 2 of the Philly Fly Draft Show, but with all the departures and all of the signings and all that, or however the case, the trade, CJ being traded and all that, or however the case, it just, more and more stuff came out for this, but I definitely will get an episode 2 of the Philly Fly Draft Show, where I give my mock draft or however the case, my explanation and things of that nature. So definitely tune in for that. But like I said, definitely give Joe Pez and Tom Steak some love on Twitter, however the case. Definitely give them a follow. Definitely give the community a chance or however the case. But I thank you guys so much for watching the video. If there's anything I can do to make it more entertaining, more watchable, more informative and things of that nature, please don't hesitate to drop it in the comments below. Things of that nature. If I ramble, if I talk too fast, I'm sorry. I just love my Philadelphia Eagles. We're Super Bowl champions. We have a good chance of repeating. Lots of good moves. Couple, kind of suspect moves or however. But that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, God bless. Philly out. Peace.